Hey everyone, me Kevin here. The Robinhood saga continues today with a big new regulatory disclosure that shows us how much money Robinhood is making and how they're actually making that money, where they're getting most of their profit from. Is it regular stock trades? Is it options? Is it some secret behind the scenes thing? I mean, it's a commission-free platform. So how are they making money? And are they actually making a lot of money without us knowing about it? Well, thanks to some new regulatory findings, we get to dive into it today. Quick reminder, the YouTube pre-sale is in its last 24 hours. I'm finally getting the last 1% of lectures up. The other 99% are already up. So use that coupon code and join via the link down below. All right, back in 2018, the Wall Street Journal had a blistering piece on Robinhood, slamming the company for saying it's a free service, but really charging consumers in hidden ways. The Wall Street Journal was really skeptical of Robinhood, and this got me interested because I use Robinhood, and honestly, I really kind of like using Robinhood. So anytime there's something negative about Robinhood, I'm like, tell me more, like, is this something I need to be concerned about? That's what we're going to talk about here. So the Wall Street Journal explained that trades made on Robinhood are sent to an exchange where a high-frequency trading company can take advantage of like micro price differences in the stock. It's really just pennies, right? Here's an easy way to picture it because we're going to make this analogy and then we'll build on it to see where the real money's coming from. So the easy way to picture it is this. Think about it like you're standing at the end of a football field, like over by the field goal. And your goal is to get your order to the other side of the field. So you're standing on the field and you say, hey, ref, I got an order over here. I want to buy 10 shares of Tesla stock. I'm going to give you the money and put my order in with you. The ref is then supposed to turn around to some really fast running and sprinting football players that they hired. And those football players are going to sprint across the field to go fulfill your order. The football players, in exchange, give a kickback to the ref going, hey man, thanks for giving me the ball this time. Here's a kickback. So that extra kickback is supposed to be a way for you to save money. Because the football players are like, hey man, we got this down. We can get this order across the field so fast. We're going to make so much money processing your orders. We'll give you a little commish. Just keep bringing the deals to us. And so the ref gets paid a commish, which is really the brokerage. You get your order fulfilled, and there you go. And back in the day, there used to just be a bunch of different football fields. So you'd have the TD Ameritrade football field, the Fidelity one, the Charles Schwab one, the E-Trade one. And the theory was each of the companies said, hey, come to our football field because, bro, we got the fastest football players. Like, nobody's got the connections we do. We got the fastest refs, and we got the fastest football fields, and that's why we charge you a commission because we're going to be able to process that order so blazingly fast, it's going to end up saving you money. Well, the Wall Street Journal calls this payment order flow. That's technically what it's actually called. And this became sort of a common practice amongst stock brokerages to process deals and then advertise how fast they can process these trades to save you money. So old school, you paid a commission, but the brokers are like, it's okay. Like, we're going to process your deal faster, so don't worry about the commission. That was the old school model. Robinhood's like, dude, too complicated. We're just going to come in, forget all the fees, and how about we just keep, this is the theory at least, we're going to get into some of the details here when we get into the regulatory filing. How about we just keep the kickbacks from the football players? People can come to our football field, but rather than paying us a commission, we'll just give the order to the football player and the customer doesn't even have to worry about all that order flow processing and all that mumbo jumbo. It's just zero fees to the customer, and we'll figure out how to make money a different way. The football player, by the way, those are companies like Citadel or Virtue, and these are companies that pay the referral fees to the ref, the Robinhood. Anyway, the Wall Street Journal said in the old system, customers got the benefits, and that maybe in this new system, Robinhood is keeping all the benefits. So maybe free really isn't free. And there's even a potential second issue. When you pay a commission, there's something called order execution priority. And that's kind of like, think about you back on that football field, and the ref standing there collecting orders. The people waving their orders around with the highest commission might get their order taken first by the ref. That's how the ref might prioritize different orders and give them to the football players first. So if you're not paying a commission, you might get left behind and, Robinhood might be pocketing basically the commish that the ref is getting. So in other words, the whole old school investing community has kind of started trying to make Robinhood seem like they're the bad guy, secretly overcharging their customers. Meanwhile, all the big companies are saving the day and providing all this extra value for their customers. Well, that hasn't really caught on, because even with this analogy I just explained, it is complicated. All of this is confusing. And Robinhood's like, man, so what we get a fee? So what we get a referral fee from the football player to the ref? Whatever. We give $0 or we charge $0 for options and stocks. You want to trade with us or not? Can't really blame Robinhood for the simplicity. I mean, perfect. I love it. It's simple for me. I tried trading some options with TD Ameritrade and I'm like, what? Y'all want to charge me 65 cents per option contract? Y'all out of your mind. And it's true. But here is the actual regulatory document that was released, or at least the SEC filing that kind of shows and compares what Robinhood's profits are to other companies. Let's look at this and then draw some bottom lines as to whether or not we have to be concerned about Robinhood ripping us off. Are they ripping us off, or are they really the good guys trying to help us out? Let's take a peek. All right, this is the sheet right here. And here's the way to read this. Let's, for right now, just look right here at Q2. And so what we want to look at over here, oh, by the way, here are the football fields. Here, I'll hide myself for a second. You got Robinhood, Charles Schwab, E-Trade, and TD Ameritrade. Those are the football fields. All right, now we're going to zoom in over here. The top one's Robinhood. And so what you're going to see over here is that for trades, Robinhood charged about 17 cents per 100 shares. So Robinhood profited or got like a kickback as the referee, 17 cents from the football players per 100 shares they gave to the football players. So the football players can go make the big bucks. High frequency trading, so to speak. Anyway, Robinhood gets 17 cents per 100 shares on trades, but on options contracts gets 58 cents per 100 shares, aka per one option contract, because it does say per 100 shares and one option contract is 100 shares. Well, that's interesting, but how does that compare to the other football fields? We'll take a look. The other football fields, like, what is this one? Charles Schwab charges you 11 cents per, or profits 11 cents per 100 shares. That means Robinhood is secretly bagging more money on equity trades than Charles Schwab. So technically, because Charles Schwab also offers $0 trading, it looks like it's cheaper to trade shares with Charles Schwab. Whoa, wait a minute. So let's be real here. 6 cents? 6 cents per 100 shares? That's the difference? That's what we have to be worried about? Well, I got myself a little calculator here. And if we assume that everyone trades, let's say, I don't know, 30 shares a day as a long run investor, you know, maybe one day you're buying like 300 shares of some more inexpensive stock, right? But let's say on average, somebody trades about 30 shares a day. And let's just make math easy and go with the full year, even though you're not really trading on the weekends. That's about 11,000 trades. All right, well, 10,950 shares divided by 100 at an additional cost of about 6 cents means the premium you're paying to use Robinhood over Charles Schwab for your stock trading is $6.57. Right. So if you want to save $6.57, you could go to Charles Schwab if you're going to trade about 11,000 shares in a year. Probably not really a big deal. In fact, I would just imagine most people are going to roll their eyes and go, dude, I'm just going to stick with Robinhood. And that's kind of exactly how I feel. So there's a lot of media and press on Robinhood in terms of, oh, Robinhood's stealing from their customers. I mean, really though, do we care about paying the extra $6? Now, let's say you're a day trader and every single day you trade 500 shares. Now, I think there are about 252 trading days in a year, not including obviously weekends or when the stock market is closed. So 252 trading days. Okay, let's go back to the calculator here. 252 trading days times 500 shares a day, because maybe you're a day trader or whatever, divided by 100 times 6 cents means your penalty for using Robinhood as a day trader over Charles Schwab is $75. probably a pretty cheap cost of doing business if I had to say so myself. But wait a minute, that's not where Robinhood makes most of their money. And that's true. In fact, Robinhood makes most of their money from options. In fact, if you look at their SEC filing, you'll see that $111 million worth of their revenue came from options. That's about 61% of their total revenue came from options. And for options, they make about 58 cents as a kickback per 100 shares, which since 100 shares are one options contract, we could basically say one option contract. Okay, so Robinhood's making 58 cents on an option contract, and Charles Schwab and E-Trade are making 37 and 46 cents per option contract. Well, let's go with the cheaper one. Let's try to compare ourselves to Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab makes about 0.37 cents on order flow from options trading. Okay, so that's a difference of about 21 cents. Okay, so let's say you're now a day trading options trader. You're an options trader, and every day you trade, I don't know, 100 option contracts. That seems like a lot. You probably wouldn't trade that many. I guess it depends on the value of the stock, but let's just go with it. 100 option contracts every single day the market is open times 252 is about 25,200 option contracts in a year, times the extra money that you pay at Robinhood of about 21 cents over Charles Schwab is about $5,292. But wait a minute. That might be the extra profit Robinhood is making on the back end by you using Robinhood to trade your options instead of Charles Schwab. But wait a minute. Charles Schwab charges you 0.65 cents per option. Well, wait a minute. Okay, 100 times 252 days times 0.65 cents per option contract. Charles Schwab is going to charge you $16,380 in fees to do those option contracts. So let's put this together. If you traded the same options with Charles Schwab instead of Robinhood, you would save $5,280 about, because Robinhood wouldn't be able to get that extra profit. You'd technically, or in theory, save that money using Charles Schwab. So you'd save that $5,280, but for the right of saving that $5,280, you will have to pay Charles Schwab $16,380. That means you're literally paying ripoff Charles Schwab $11,088 more dollars for the same thing that you get with Robinhood. Yeah, so what? Robinhood makes some money in the back end. So what? They make big bucks on options trading. And so, yeah, maybe, just maybe, when you open up the Robinhood app, there's a reason they put the options trades up front and the stocks below. Maybe, just maybe, they want you to trade options and they want to make it easy for you. I think it's going up. I think it's going down. Maybe they want you to gamify this, and maybe that's why you get confetti. And maybe all the fussy people at the brokerages who are like, oh, well, you know, Robinhood's throwing up confetti. This was a real quote, by the way. Listen to this, okay? This dude literally said, here, this Tim Welsh guy, founder and CEO of wealth management consulting firm Nexus, whatever, says, I think they should put up a cigarette warning label on Robinhood because it could be more hazardous to your financial health the more you trade. What is this guy smoking? He says, every study on the planet Earth has shown day traders are not sophisticated and do not make money. They gamify it. They throw confetti after each trade. They make it free, but ultimately it's a loser's game. This guy is literally making an argument bagging on Robinhood by bagging on day traders. He's not saying anything about Robinhood. He's making fun of Robinhood for you getting confetti when you make a trade. I think it's awesome when Robinhood says, here's confetti, here, congratulations, you're actually investing your money. Like, if anything, there should be a cigarette label on excessive management fees from big syndications like real estate funds that charge you 30%. I'm not gonna mention any real estate funds, Carbon Capital. That should have a cigarette warning label. Robinhood is actually, I mean, we just did the math. Robinhood, yeah, so what, they're making money on the back end, but are we really gonna move everything over to Charles Schwab to save a few bucks on a few trades here or there? Doesn't make sense. And on options, because you don't pay an options fee at Robinhood, get out of town if you think it makes sense to go over to Charles Schwab and TD Ameritrade to go play options. Meanwhile, you're paying 65 cents per options contract. They're the ones charging way more. And I honestly think this is a game of the established industry trying to do everything they can to bag on Robinhood. And don't get me wrong, I have not had like only good things to say about Robinhood. I don't think they should have a trending stocks tab because people then end up throwing all their money into things like Kodak or Nikola when it runs up like crazy, and then okay, I have my own qualms. I've made plenty of videos about that before, but this is not one of them. If you're gonna do options and you're gonna trade stocks, Robinhood's great. So there you have it, folks. I overall love Robinhood. You should love Robinhood as well. Do whatever you can do to get yourself investing if you're not yet investing. I use my investments as my emergency fund, and I know to some that sounds crazy, but I outline all my theories on that in my Psychology of Money course and stock course that I have. We've got the real estate investing course, and of course, get in on that pre-sale for the YouTube course. Thank you so much for watching, and folks, we'll see you next time.